Well, hello, or should I say bonjour. We are following on tonight's video from last week's video where we did a tab zip. Remember this little guy that we made? You will need to know how to do this little bag. And this little bag is all about nice and quick and easy. When you're finished, it's lined and everything. Tab zip, French seams. Let's do it. Alrighty, so first of all, 7 o'clock time slot seems to be working out for people. So great feedback. Thank you very much. I wanted to cover off something I'm using in the video tonight, which is a continuous zip. So while you can buy your dressmaker zips in set lengths, we also sell heaps of cool colors in your continuous zip. This is size 3 zip. And what that means is you can sort of use the bits and pieces as you need them for whatever length you want. And in fact, one of our regulars, Karen, hi Karen, she uses this stuff to make kids sleeping bags because you can put two lots of pulls in it to make it work. So I'm going to quickly take a left turn and show you how to put a pull in continuous zip. So this is size 3 continuous zip. So you can see here the teeth are pretty ordinary looking size. You can also get size 5. We sell that in a really cool looking metallic silver and brass. But I like size 3 because it tends to fit with the whole dressmaking feel a little bit more. And these are the little pulls that you can buy separately. The zipper by the meter is about $2.20 I think, and the pulls are 20 cents each. The advantage of this means that you can do different color pulls like I've done in our little bag tonight, or you can put 2 pulls in there facing end to end and you've got yourself a double opening whoop zip. So my focus love that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm going to show you how to put a pull. Just scrape those over there. How to put a pull in some continuous zip. Now there's all sorts of consternation about this. You can buy little tools to hold it and whatnot, and I will say that I struggle with it a little bit. To one of our regular class goers, shout out to Eunice, hi Eunice, who worked in a factory for a really long time making furniture, said I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to get this pull here onto this zip. So first of all, you need to open up your zip at one end. And then if you're right-handed on the right side, if you're left-handed on the left side, you want to go in and cut away these teeth. So not the tab, just get in there as close as you can and cut away a good chunk of teeth, about ½ an inch worth of teeth. And just get in there and take those teeth out. Oh, now, sorry guys, camera depth perception here is a little bit shot. All right, chop it. Boo, gone. Ella can vacuum that up. So now we have this guy here. So what this does is it lets us get the zipper pull and we put it round side down like so. We get the zipper pull and feed our teeth in on one side like this. And then when it looks like it's about to line up with the teeth on the other side, pop those in. And then holding it with both sides, go ahead and pull. And that is your zipper pull on. Crazy easy to do. It's just a matter of undo it, zip it back up, and if you want to do it at the other end to get your double-ended zip, where'd they all go? I must put them back in the jar. If you want to do it at the other end, just repeat at the other end and you've got yourself a double-ended zip. Cool? So that is your continuous zipper pulls, and I super recommend get yourself a meter of a couple of different colors and have them in your craft stash, handful of pulls, and let you do a whole heap more rather than just stuck with the confines of zips that you can get. Also too, if you've bought a really long zip and you have leftovers, a couple more zipper pulls, because it's the same size as the dressmaker zip, which is size 3, you can use the pulls and use that wasted excess zip as well. Alrighty, so continuous zip, check. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and make this guy here. Now what I love about this project is it looks really cute, and also too the lining is all neat and tidy. There's no raw edges, there's no having to turn it. You can put the zip wherever you want. I've gone for the little top bit here. You can do it in the middle, right at the top if you like. Really cool technique. Let's go. Alright, so chuck that there. So tonight's bag that I'm making, I found all my zipper pulls. They just all fell on the floor. I'll put them over here. Oh, this bag that I'm making tonight, I have made it sort of mid-size, but the technique that we're using you can apply to anything. So is this focus a bit blurry tonight? I don't know, maybe I'm just hooked up on sugar. So you will need to cut 2 body pieces, and tonight I have cut 2 pieces that are 9 inches by 18 inches. Where's my other bit gone? Hang on, guys. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Here, look at this cool stuff. Okay, there's the other bit. So, 9 by 18 inches. And I have, on the outside piece, I have put some Whisper Weft. My mum just liked that because it's probably the first time she's ever seen me run in my whole life. I put weft on the outside piece. And you know I love weft. If you've missed my previous videos about interfacings, go back and check it out because I think that's pretty cool. But this is what weft looks like. It's real soft, real easy going. Glue on one side, soft on the other. And it gives your fabric just a little bit of something without making it really coarse and stiff, which is what we want. And this is the end result. So you can see it got a bit of body, but it's not really bulbous and heavy. All right, I'm not out of breath from that running. I'm just excited about the project. Okay, so we've gone ahead and made ourselves a zip with tabs on. And I've pinned the tabs open. And the distance that I've made this zip from here to here is 2/3 of the distance where I'm putting the zip. So this is where I'm putting the zip in here. So roll it over into 3s, like so. And then mark that, and 2/3. That is the size of your zip. Cool? Cool. All right, so now that's done, we need to find the center of the zip itself. So fold it in half. Good old wonder clips. Let's mark the center. Well, I might use a little wonder clip for that. Little tiny one here. And that's going to mark the center of the zip. So that is the halfway point for us here. And then we are going to find the center of our opening. Fold it in half. Another little mini wonder clip, like so. Boop. And that gives us our start. So now, on your sewing machine, you will need your zipper foot, and you will need a bit of cotton. You know I love Razan cotton, so a nice bit of Razan cotton on there to match your construction, your color of your fabric. Tonight you will also need, I love this little hair marker tool for turning things in and out. This is from Clover. Fabric marking pen might be helpful, and there's a quick unpick here purely for other reasons. I didn't have to unpick everything before I came on video because I forgot to put the zipper pull. I forgot to put the zipper pull in my little zipper. So, and then my fave tool, the fabric control tool, we're going to use that to pull the zipper pull under the foot. All right, so lining up our lining to the wrong side of the zip. So lining is right side up, zipper is right side up, so it's wrong side to right side. Lining up our center points and then clipping them together. Boop. And then another wonder clip down this end, and just make sure it's nice and straight. And another wonder clip up this end. Make sure that's nice and straight. That's good to go. And so now, if you have fabric with a direction in it, so if this had cactuses on it and all the cactuses are pointing up this way, you would need to split this fabric in half and join it again down the center, so half of your cactuses are pointing this way and half of them are pointing that way. So when you are finished, they're all up in the right direction. That makes it more tricky. So if you have directional fabric, put that in your stash and get something out that's a bit of a mismatch like this today just to get your practice done. All right, so right side down on this fabric here, we're going to line the edges up here and here. You could find the center if you want and run center to center, and then we are pinning this all together. So wonder clip it, using pinning like a verb, but I'm actually wonder clipping it here and wonder clip like so. Now that's done, we're ready to stitch it. All right, let's do it. All righty, and whoosh. Oh, I'm such a delicate flower. All right, so normal foot comes off the machine and zipper foot goes on. You will be sewing on the left of your zipper foot, so we want to put it on the left side of the foot itself. Click that into place. Click here. I've got a jeans needle in here because I'm sewing through my zipper teeth, and like I said, Razan thread because I just love Razan thread. Pop that underneath. Alrighty, let's do it. So, really good rule of thumb. With most zipper feet is the right edge of the zipper foot against the right edge of the fabric is going to give you a good distance from your teeth, but you can actually feel your teeth with your finger and just make sure, these teeth, not these ones. Oh, you didn't hear that, but I just tapped my tooth. You want to make sure that this little ledge here, which is your teeth, goes in under this little groove in the zipper foot. So, foot control, is upside down. All right, let's do it. So, forwards, backwards, forwards. And it's one of those things where you don't think you need to pin a zip, but if you don't pin a zip, your fabric's going to creep along it. So use your pins, and if you've got adjustable foot pressure, maybe ease it off. Okay, so I've come to the knob. There's the zipper pull there, and we need to get that out of the way because it won't fit. So step one, and probably the most common and easy way to do it, is to make sure that the needle is in the down position because that anchors everything together. 2, lift your foot up out of the way. Don't be afraid to twist this fabric around, and then grab your fabric control tool, reach underneath with it. Oh, that's stunning television. Let me do that. Out of the way. We're going to grab the pull with our fabric control tool and get into the little eye of the zip, and then just give that a pull. Alrighty, sorry guys, have to drop that out of the camera for a sec. So that pulls through to the back. See, I've slid it to the back now. And then drop this back down. Because that needle's held it all in place, we don't have to worry about it moving out. Foot goes down, and then through we go. To the end. The thing I love about this project is there's an awful lot of winging into it. So if you found that something's a little bit shy, doesn't quite line up, you just trim it off. I know some of you that really bothers you, but for me, you know, I love just getting a project in and starting it, finishing it all in one go. Okay, so that's done. Zipper is stitched in. See, zipper pulls in here. Now, this is the trick. Let's put the machine backwards, more gently this time. Ooh. Oh, that really hurt my arms, lifting that up. Okay, so this is what you've got. This scenario here. All your fabric over this side for your outside, all your fabric over here for your lining. What we want to do now is we want to decide whereabouts we're going to put this in relation to the bag, and instead of trying to get it dead set in the middle where there's a chance you won't get it to line up 100%, we're going to just put it at about the 3rd way mark again. So what that means is we're going to first of all stitch this to this and then seal it into place by sewing those side seams down. So I am folding the outer fabric back over onto itself like so, and lining that up with the zip on the left hand side now. So right sides together, and then once that's done, a couple of wonder clips to hold it into place. Wonder clip here and a wonder clip there, and then do the same thing with this guy. So this is the lining. It also comes up and meets the zip, and just like there, it's right side of the lining to the wrong side of the zip, and we just make sure it sort of all lines up along the edges here, lines up with the zip here, and a wonder clip to hold everything together. And then a couple more wonder clips, probably one more, just for good measure. I love these small ones, not just because they're small, but because they've got such a pointy tip, they actually really hold much more tightly as well. So they're good for sort of precision clipping. So that is there. So we're going to repeat the process as we did on the other side. We're going to run our zipper foot here now and stitch this all together. So machine comes back. Oh, there we go. And let's do it. So while I'm stitching this, just letting you guys know, we're going to close over the Easter break, so we won't be here for Easter, back on Tuesday. If you having a great Easter, I hope you guys get a chance to get out and do some stuff with the family, or even better, get a chance to do some sewing at home. If you want to give a like, a thumbs up to this video, some other people might give it a bash over the Easter break. I had hoped to come in and do some stuff around the shop on Easter, but I decided that I might actually just do a couple of days of doing nothing, which might be cool. Alrighty. So stitching through. Now my zipper pull is here. So this time what I'm going to do is, instead of pulling it through, which we did last time with the foot in place, we're going to pretend that you can't get it through. You can't fit it. So I'm going to go backwards, and I've just gone and reinforced that so it's not going anywhere, and chop it. I can then pull this away, open this up, and get in here get to that zip, head, pull it through, and then lay this back down, pick up where I left off, backwards and forwards again so it doesn't come undone. So like so. Backwards. I don't know what century I thought I was in, then I just hand turned the flywheel to put the needle down. Alright, so straight through to the end and then forwards, backwards, forwards to finish. Done. Alright, so this is what we have. I'm going to take my pins out of my tabs so they're not going to prick me. And I have made this. So this is what you've got. You've got lining on this side, outer fabric on this side, zipper tucked away in the middle, and then these tabs sticking out. So we're going to chop. We're going to snip these tabs away first of all. So with nice sharp scissors, go ahead and just chop away all that excess fabric. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to chop away this excess fabric here. Chop it. And likewise here. And here. Now, I know what you're thinking, a little bit like last week's video, but from here, what we're going to do now is take these tabs that we've stitched to this fabric, and then we're going to just flip this fabric over and get rid of this other bit. Chop it as well, like so. And here we have to grab our fabric. So we've got the bulk of it here in our right hand, make a tunnel through the outside fabric with our left hand, and then just turn everything out so that we have made a cylinder with our lining and our outer fabric all tucked into themselves. Do you see that? So this cylinder here, zipper's there in the middle, and do a bit of round around action, and that is, whoops, that is our bag nearly done. So we're like nearly finished. Cool. So there it is there. We have zipper stitched into place. Because we have no zip going to the very edge, because we've used tabs, it means we can now do a French seam and turn it back on itself so you have a nice neat edge on the inside. If we took the zip all the way to the edge, we couldn't do that, which is why we love these tab zips. So we're going to lay this down, as I said before, because I got a little bit ahead of myself. Keen observers would have noticed I was one step ahead. We now want to adjust this to where we want the zip to be. If you think you can do it so it lines up in the middle, then put it dead set in the middle. I like to go off center, that way it looks like I was crooked on purpose. So we're going to put it up here, and we're going to lay that flat and then just smooth it out and make sure our lining and everything is all tucked out properly and isn't caught on anything. And then from here, what we're going to do, oh, we do need our fabric marking pen. Good thing I remembered. We need to get our little dealie here, this little guy, and measure out from this end of the tab here. We're going to measure out, I think 1 inch is a good job, and do a little bit of a mark, and likewise here, 1 inch from there, do a little mark, and that's what we're aiming for. And I would run up and get my ruler, but I think if I run twice in this video, I'll faint. So I'm just going to use this guy and just make a little mark here. We actually want to do our French seam. We've done a French seam video before, but we're going to do it in 2 stages. We're going to stitch this down right sides out, very close to the edge, and our goal is to then fold it back over onto this 1 inch mark. So to make things easy for us, we're going to go ahead and mark this 1 inch all the way down here, and that gives us something to run our foot along, and we can change our stitch width to put our straight stitch quite close to the edge. Oh. Penny, this camera. There we go. All right, so, and then let's do the same thing on this side. Just go ahead and mark that inch mark. We want to measure out from the zip itself because that's the most visible thing that we're centering around. So that's you want to make sure you don't measure in from the edges. You want to measure out from your zip. All righty, done and done. So we're going to take off our zipper foot now and change back to our normal sewing foot. And if you have a smaller sewing machine or a sewing machine that doesn't like heavier layers, you may want to put your walking foot on right now. If you remember, we did a walking foot video a couple of weeks ago. Lots of great feedback on that one. I'm really glad people enjoyed it. A walking foot may help you with these heavier layers if you have a smaller machine. So now I'm going to go ahead and line up so that this groove, this line that I've drawn here, goes into this opening on my foot. Alrighty, so starting a little bit of ways in, maybe ½ an inch in, and I'm going to change my stitch width from 3.5, which is in the middle, over to, I think 5.5, which is going to take it quite close to the edge for us, which is what we want. A few stitches forward, and then go backwards off the edge, just to stop it from all tangling up when you first start on that thick bunch of fabric, and then straight down. Straight down. Again to the end, just stopping, make sure those corners didn't get puckered up while we were traveling down. And then at the end here, just slowly drop off the edge and then reverse back on. And that is one seam done. And then we're going to repeat. We're going to repeat on this side. And a few stitches backwards. Jump back on for forwards. And then go right down. Stop, recompopulate, keep going. There we go. And to the end. And backwards and forwards. Chop it. And now we have a little bit, it's a little bit fuzzy here. See how this blue is a little bit thicker than the red? Probably because I'm doing it through the camera. So I am going to do one of my favorite things. We're just going to chop off this little bit extra fabric just so it doesn't be too heavy in our French seam. So chop off that little bit of blue on that side. And we will do the same on this side. Can you see that? Yep. And done. Okay, so from here, we're nearly done. 2 more stitches and we're finished. We need to open this zip up and turn this bag wrong sides out. So we're going to just gently, don't pull too hard that you're putting a lot of stress on that zip. You know, zips don't like to be stretched too much. Turning it out so it is wrong sides out. And then once I've done the bulk of the turning with my hands, I'm going to go ahead and grab my little hair marker with this super duper sharp little curve. And I'm going to go up to this corner and just really poke out that corner there. So we've got a nice square corner. And the neater you get this corner, the neater your whole finished bag will be. If you wanted to, you could have put tabs in here. Oh, I should have really shown you how to do that, actually, in hindsight. I'll cover it again, I promise. And up here, push this corner out. There, like so. Because putting tabs in actually isn't very hard. You know, little tabs to hold your handbag handles on. You just have to push your brain through the French seam, doing it backwards sort of process to get it right. We all know that my brain struggles sometimes for getting it right the first time around. There we go. And that corner will do for the sake of the video. Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh, ning nong penny. Oh, okay, that's why I was having trouble. We want to cut this little bit of excess off here in the corner. So I'm just going to quickly do that because it'll make all the difference. So cut this little bit of excess off. So don't cut the stitch, cut right to the stitch, but get all that excess out of that corner. So while I do this and re-travel common ground, I just want to let everybody know too that we will start doing some live videos with Cheryl from Heidi Ho Patterns. We're going to be doing some live monthly videos. I think it'll be the first Monday of the month where we'll actually make a project. You can see it live and then you can buy the pattern pieces off of Cheryl. I think it's about $5. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Lots of little tiny projects. All right, that'll be better now. So more sort of videos like these, well, I'm going to keep mine on, look how square that is now. I did it right. I'm going to keep my videos more based on just technique, while Shez and I will do the videos live together, and there'll be more, there will actually be cool little projects that Shez has come up with. And you know, anyone who's done projects with Cheryl is amazing what she can come up with. All right. And I think she's missed all the pressure of having to come up with quick little projects, so that's why she wants to get back into it. Alrighty, done. And done. All right. I just want to say that when I do these videos, there's a little counter up the top that tells me how many people are watching. And when the numbers go up and down, I start panicking a little bit. But I've sort of learned to just accept the fact that people have got other things to do and they're not tuning out just because I'm hopeless. All right, so let's do it. Here we have, if I was inclined to get up and run over, I would just give this a little press again with the iron. But as it is there, I want to do a seam now that's going to stitch down here wide enough that it misses the seam we did previously. So I'm going to run this fabric here, the edge of the fabric against the right edge of the foot, and have my stitch position right over to the left. Can you see that? Can you see that? Let's do it. All right, so I wonder if I sneak this down a little bit. All right, so, oh, that's really cool viewing. Let's do that. So edge of the foot, edge of the fabric, and stitch. I'm going to do that over to a width of 3.5, which is in the middle, which will miss all of that. So let's go forward a few stitches, back off the edge, and then forward, and then shoot down here, and to the other end, drop off gently, reverse back on, and we're finished. Chop it, and then switch it around, and same thing again. There we are, and scoot on down here. And off gently and back again. We're finished. That's it, we're done. So I'm going to get my little tiny super duper sharp $5 snippers and get rid of these loose threads here and here. My little starting threads here. And now that that is done, I'm going to turn this back out. Gentle with my zip. And then just pop those corners back out. Done. And done and done. Grab my little hair tool and just give those tall corners just a little bit of a nudge. But look how neat that corner is. That's pretty cool. That's nice and neat. This one here, not so much. There we go. Better. Push that one out. And you have finished. There we go. There is your cute little zipper bag that you have made in what? I don't know, how long has it been? 27 minutes plus some blah blah from me. Really great little technique, and you can scale it up or down. So make it smaller to do things like little earphone cases. Do it really, really big, and you can use that to do a cushion cover on your lounge chair. So I love this technique. I'm really glad I got to share it with you tonight. If you loved it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends how cool you find our videos if you enjoy them. I love all the positive feedback everyone gives coming into the store. I really enjoy helping everybody out. I put some new classes up on the website. See how we go for classes with COVID settling down a little tiny bit. So it'd be cool if you could come join us for a class. And don't forget, if you like something that you've seen here and you want to learn it in more detail, or if you even have a sewing machine that does all this cool stuff like this one does, and you don't remember how to do it, you can book a private lesson in with me, $45 for an hour, and I'll teach you whatever you want. Alrighty, gang, I hope you have a really awesome Easter, and I will see you soon. Okay, gang, we're back in on Tuesday, and have lots of fun. Alrighty, I'm out of here. Bye.